Hello everybody, so this is take 2 because yeah, they decided to be, I don't know what happened, but suddenly there was a power cut everywhere in the entire house, but we're back up and running again. I'm just gonna cut out the last part, but because I was off tangent, you know, like usual. But anyway, we are basically going through the Fall of Rome version 2.0. What is happening right now is the last bit of extraction of capital that is possible for the rich elites. You know, before everything falls apart. Like, people didn't realize Rome has fallen until there was nobody there to save it. To actually save what was left. Everything was already starting to crumble and fall apart. And look at everywhere throughout Europe. Germany. Poland's actually doing well, but Poland is special, really, in Europe right now. Same with Hungary. Nah, Hungary has a lot more fucking problems than Poland. But it's literally right now is the Fall of Rome 2.0. And everything is, with the whole capitalist system, it's all done, so basically you have to make a profit to be able to do anything, because without making money, you cannot do anything that is actually needed. And you need to make lots of money to buy a house to have somewhere to fucking live. And it is a lot more than a normal person can afford. And the prices keep on fucking rising of housing and everything because bullshit capitalism. Because everything has to be at a profit. Because building a house has to be done at a profit, because why would the state build enough housing for the people or whatever, or actually plan for the cities to be built? Okay, I'm just gonna jump out of quantum early, whoops, so I can actually talk and just fly around and stuff.
Shields online.
Wee, boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna get I need to stop because I'm just gonna get sidetracked. I can just do circles. I'm gonna knock myself out doing this. But there you go. Circles of turning. I went out of quantum. Oh, yeah, I just get... This is such a bad idea of actually doing it like this instead of doing a voiceover. My recording and editing or whatever, but that would require me to have to learn how to edit and so on, and fuck that. But basically we are going through Fall of Rome 2.0. Wait, I can just do Alt-C. And basically everything is just done for a profit right now. You cannot buy houses because no one who actually has a normal job of a normal person can afford to buy a house. Because, you know, a minimum wage is supposed to be enough of money to just give you a life that you can live and just survive well enough. But that is way too little these days to actually have a life of buying a house, living, or even to rent, because people got greedy. And people, like let's say here in Ireland, people are not willing to basically work for fuck all money in a hard labor job. So the money has to go up. But greedy fucking corporations and so on are like, well, if you're not gonna basically, you're not willing to work for the shit money, we're just gonna import people from, let's say, India, who are willing to work for minimum wage here, which is a fucking pittance, because they will live in shit conditions where there's 6 of them sharing a bedroom or whatever, and they will send their money back to India so they can build a life over there. And we're the whole system is fucked up for us here, because you work hard and you get fucking nothing. And those foreigners who, like, I'm a foreigner myself, so I cannot say shit, but my parents moved us here to try and provide a better fucking life. Turns out, if we stayed in Poland, We would have a better life over there. Oops. I moved my thing. But yeah, I can't talk much about being a foreigner because I'm a foreigner myself. But there's a difference because we live here, work, live, do everything here. The money that we make stays within the economy, gets used up in the local economy. What I buy stays here. Well, the corporations fucking take their fucking money from what we buy and whatever, and that money is taken out of the country. And yesterday, I was watching a YouTuber called Britannic, that was his name, Britannic. And I watched some videos, and I came to realize most of the fucking planet is just shitholes in comparison to Europe. And it's like, no wonder why everyone wants to come over here to Europe at whatever reason they can, in whatever way they can. They just really want to come here because we're civilized. The streets are clean, it is safe, you're unlikely to get stabbed or whatever. Not anymore since all the illegals come in. But it's fucking scary what is happening right now. But anyway, let's get back to the money and so on. How it works. Here in Europe we're civilized. We have high trust, we used to have high trust societies. And if you work hard, you pay money to the government will take care of you. That's why we have something called affordable healthcare. Something the Americans still cannot do to this day, believe it or not. Where I saw a case of a newborn, like parents having a newborn in America, having to pay $1.5 million because the baby had to go to the ICU straight away because they were early and so on. It's fucking crazy what happens over there. No, like stuff like that. That's why we need state-funded stuff. Because together we are stronger than alone. And for ages, us working together, it's all for the common good. But there are some people who believe, no, everything shall be mine. And they just hoard and hoard and hoard, and they don't put back into the economy, into the local money supply, and they just hoard money. They hoard valuables and everything. And then people are suffering because artificial inflation, because everything costs more, because the rich person can buy more things, and artificially, because scarcity, things go up in value because you need more money. And it is literally until everything has been bought up by the rich. And it's a fucking race to the fucking bottom for us, normal people. And the thing is, what is happening in Europe, in my opinion, keep in mind, I'm just a fucking asshole who lives in Ireland, who works for a living, who since finishing school has always worked, but whatever. But we're getting a whole lot of illegals brought in to the country, into Ireland. A whole lot of doctors and engineers who come in here without official paperwork, without visas. And it's like, let's hope that they will come in here, bring the numbers up, because us Europeans, we cannot afford to have children because our infrastructure is too fucked. There's not enough hospitals, there's not enough doctors. Oh, by far there's not enough anything, honestly. The public transport system is a fucking joke. And everything is too fucking expensive, including like a crash or whatever. We need more state-sponsored kind of things like child places that a child, like a crash and so on. Because the waiting lists are humongous. Where you have to book a crash before your child is even conceived, it seems. With the fucking waiting lists. And then on the other side, A crash is going to cost you basically what you would be making on minimum wage. I personally am lucky enough that I make a fair bit more than minimum wage. I don't actually know what it is, but I'm a couple of euro above minimum wage, so I'm doing better off financially than the average person in Ireland. But my fiance, she's on minimum wage, and it will not really make financial sense for her to go back to work after our child is born. But if you're someone from a minority that came here without official paperwork, without an official visa, you get free house, free healthcare, free public transport, free fucking everything, and then you have spending money for whatever you want. And us who work and do overtime and so on, we are literally paying for others to come into the country and abuse the system that we pay for. And it is in the hopes that those people who come here illegally will find jobs and spend money to keep the economy going, because at the end of the day, everyone needs to spend money to actually live and so on. So all the illegal migrants, they basically have to buy food. They're gonna go buy shoes, get themselves a tracksuit, whatever, and they keep the money from the government flowing. Okay, there's that, but they don't actually contribute to society, really, except for being a tool for the government to circulate the money around. Oh my god. Oh, and basically, they artificially lower our wages. Because, hey, look at these guys who are willing to work with cash on hand. I don't have to pay you, let's say, 30 or 40 euro an hour so that you can actually own a house one day with how high the prices are right now to have a nice life. They're not willing to pay that because profit. So they're gonna try and be like, here, I'm gonna get Mufasa here. I'll pay him, let's say, I don't know what the minimum wage, 17 euro an hour? Let's say I'm gonna pay him 17 euro an hour under the table. He doesn't actually work here legally, and I'm just gonna give him money. And because I have him working here, I can pay the guys who are here legally, let's say 18 an hour, pay the taxes, everything looks fine. But because I can pay Mufasa less for the same fucking work, that means I can just hire more illegals. Pay them under the table. Mufasa, Mohammed, Sasha, whatever. Could be from anywhere in the world. But basically, they get money from under the table, pay no taxes, but they actually still do something for the economy. The worst are the parasites who just live here, reproduce, and don't actually do anything meaningful to the living here. And the infrastructure is crumbling, there's no money for anything, but somehow, for all of those people who come here illegally, there's money somehow to give them houses, to give them food, to get them whatever the fuck they need. How come there's always money for them, but not for the, let's say, Irish people here, who are born and raised in Ireland, who have worked all their lives, and suddenly they're basically thrown out of their job and they're fucked. Well, haha, off to the street you go, because we are in the middle of a housing crisis. There is basically no houses at all to rent. Like, if you can get a place to rent at no matter what fucking price, you fucking accept it, because there is no fucking housing in Ireland right now. And it is really bullshit, because Eileen and I, as in my fiance Eileen, we're looking for a place to rent for ourselves, because we're sharing a two-bed apartment with my co-worker, and we really need a place of our own. But there fucking isn't any places to rent. Every single place that I applied to for rent, I never received a single goddamn fucking message back about rent. And I'm on more money than the average person in Ireland. They don't even fucking bother with me. Because I'm guessing they're gonna get some money on the side. They know someone, they already know someone who they're gonna rent it to. But they already have someone, but they have to put it up that they're looking for someone. I don't know, through agency. I don't know how it works. Because I've never actually legally rented anything in my own name. Basically, we've got fuck all houses for the population here in Ireland. And there is nowhere near enough houses for the people here. And then they keep on bringing in more refugee asylum seekers from, let's say, Palestine or Lebanon or Syria or wherever. And the government somehow has places to put them in, but not for the people who have lived in Ireland all their lives. And don't even get me started on the fucking planning permission. Because in Ireland, you can buy a piece of land and be like, hey government, I want to build a house. And it's like, you have to have planning permission. And people can just be like, I don't want you to be building next to me because that might fuck up my views of or whatever. And then suddenly you cannot build, or the roads are not good enough or whatever. Yeah, fair enough, but hey government, fix up the fucking roads, how about that? No, that takes too much fucking money. And there is so much bullshit with just trying to get planning permission alone to build a house, and then it's so fucking expensive. Like, at the end of the day, we honestly need the equivalent of commie blocks built, like mass housing for the people. So because housing should be a right, because food and water is. What do we need to survive? Food, water, shelter. And shelter is a very expensive commodity these days that not everyone can afford. And the average person under 30 in Ireland lives with their parents, or is partially supported by their parents because they cannot afford to live properly by themselves. Or they have to share a house with someone else because it's unaffordable. And it just continues like that. Everything is too damn fucking expensive for anyone to fucking live. And everything is fucking crumbling. Oh my god, Cork city centre is after getting so fucking bad now, lads. Because I live in Cork, you know, the true capital of Ireland, like. But you can just look on the like main street, like St. Patrick's Street and stuff. Yeah, everywhere is busy on that street. You go to North Main Street, it's crumbling, and so much shops and so on are closing down. And all we get these days is Turkish barbers, or we get a vape shop every two fucking the storefronts or whatever. How can we have so much vape shops and barbers around? Like, how can there be such a demand for those specific needs? No. Oh, and listen to this. I make too much money with my fiance to apply for the affordable housing scheme or for social housing, even though there is no housing in Ireland, because everything went to the market, and we still have ghost fucking estates where houses were built, or the vulture funds hold the houses, and there's not enough planning permissions being granted to people to build houses, and there's just a shortage of fucking everything right now in Ireland. There honestly is a shortage of fucking everything here. And there doesn't seem to be a future in Ireland at all. And oh my god, is it fucking hot in my room already. I'm running this game, recording, and my room is slowly heating up. How long am I recording for? Does it say anywhere? 20 minutes. Oh my fucking god, I've been blabbering for 20 fucking minutes. But welcome to the Fall of Rome 2.0. Where everything is done for a profit and the elites are extracting the last bits of fucking everything anyway. Oh, I really need to actually do a write up and just read it out loud what I fucking write so I can actually concentrate on one thing. Because even right now I'm not really paying attention because I'm just watching my game, even though I'm not really moving or anything like that. Here, how about some gameplay as well? Let's actually go and do stuff. Because people don't understand what this game really is. It's a fucking buggy mess at times, but it's our glorious space game. I spent way too much money on this game, but it is a really fun game when it works. Oh, and something happened. Desync. Okay, that's a 400i. Looks of it. Do I have missiles? No, I forgot to reload my missiles. Now I'm running laser cannons on this Hornet Mark II Ghost. This is a stealthy ship, and you need to have a certain amount of alpha damage to be able to go through to overtake the armor values of ships. Ballistic weaponry bypass shields in this game. And they absorb energy. This game should honestly be played with like all the proper flight sticks and so on. But hey, more than playable in what's it called? Keyboard and mouse. And the game is really buggy right now because normally they'd be fighting back, shooting back, and so on.
Shields.
Oh, I got hit by something, and it really fucked my shields up. Probably one of the escorts. Oh, yeah. Oh, see, my ship is red, so I'm getting hit with ballistic weapons by his fighter escort. I might actually get destroyed by his escort. That's a buccaneer. Yep. Seems like it. Oh my god, I am so red. I might die. I literally might die. The target ship is not fucking firing back, but these escorts are really fucking it up for me.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Oh, Scorpius. That's a heavy fighter now. I'm in a medium. That guy has way more health than my ship and his fighter. But his guns are on the side of the wings, which can be shut off if you're good. I'm a shit pilot, as you can tell.
Shield down.
No, shields are down. No, one of his wings is damaged. And I should not really be flying in a fighter with while my character is wearing heavy armor, because it is really easy for me to go unconscious. As you can see, my screen blurring. But this fighter is super red. Enemies are red. Luckily they're using repeaters while I'm using cannons, so my cannons hit a lot harder when they do hit, but they are harder to hit with.
Target
There
destroyed.
we go. Scorpius is dead. Oh fuck, that's another heavy fighter.
Shields hit.
That's a vanguard from the looks of it. Depending which vanguard this is, this might have even more armor than the big ship, because this is a heavy fighter that's armored for actually combat. Because that big ship is a luxury ship for rich people, essentially. Oh, one of my guns is damaged, it seems. Because one of my guns is not reloading my top right.
Shields hit.
Come on, these things, fuck off.
Target destroyed.
I am so oh my god, I lost so much of my ship. But all that's left is the 400i, who is actually shooting back now at me. Okay, let's stop blacking out. I should really get behind him and shoot at his backside.
Need assistance over here!
Yeah, well, your assistance is dead. Like, the job of this ship, the ship I'm flying, should be anti-heavy fighter, or the light fighter's job should be anti-fighter, and heavy fighters / bombers are supposed to go after ships, like bigger ships. I know that's not a capital ship that I'm fighting. That's only a medium size ship. I don't know which hangar size the 400i gets into, but he's already really orange. And I honestly have more firepower with like penetration on my fighter than he does. There we go. Mission complete, and I am missing half of my plane. Well, space plane. Where am I located anyway? Yeah, Standing Gateway is the closest station for repairs. It is really getting really warm here because we have a heat wave in Ireland and we are not ready for the heat. And it is starting to get uncomfortably hot here. But anyway, here is some Star Citizen in a ship battle played by a bad fighter pilot. So you got to check out the game a bit. But yeah, the economy is fucked and there's no way of fixing it because the rich essentially want infinite growth, which is impossible And now that everything is slowing down, they're pushing in more stuff. Every fucking government is becoming more dictatorial to extract just a bit more resources, just a bit more work out of everyone, and just life is gonna keep on getting more miserable. Anyway, with that, I'm just gonna end so I can start fucking uploading this, so I can just turn off my computer because it's too fucking hot. Now, goodbye, people.